What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to talk about the Digimon TCG Finals registration, and we need to talk about the fact that, contrary to popular belief, it really was not a disaster, but please don't think that means I have no sympathy, because I absolutely do. Let me explain. So, the last of the Digimon Finals to actually go up for registration yesterday was a European one. European Digimon TCG Finals 2021. It was the last one that had actually gone up for registration. All the previous ones had gone up. Latin America went up on December the 30th. North America went up on December the 30th. And Oceania went up on December the 30th. Europe went up on January the 3rd. And, to put it bluntly, what happened was that it sold out extremely quickly. Now, I saw people complaining it was sold out after an hour. I saw somebody complaining it sold out after 37 minutes. And I saw somebody complaining it had sold out after 20. But I also saw one of my friends who was able to go on 10 minutes later and get a space. So let's say it was somewhere around 20 minutes that it took to sell out. Something like that. Okay. So, is that a huge problem? And the answer is no, but also yes. You see, the thing is, I don't think Digimon are to blame here, because they told us on December the 28th, at 12:01 p.m. on December the 28th, they sent out a tweet telling us, hey, here are when registration links go live. Here's when you can go and register. And that was 6 days before the European registration went up. So we were told in advance, nice and clearly, 6 days early, this is when you can go and register. And I told you at the time I was going to be there the second registration opened. And I was there the second registration opened. And I can tell you that registration went up at exactly 9 a.m. CET, 8 a.m. UK time. I can tell you that the website worked perfectly, didn't overload and crash, there were no issues, I got my ticket nice and casually, and all the friends of mine that went on at 9 a.m. CET also went and got their tickets nice and casually. They just sold out really quickly. Now at this stage, I do need to acknowledge that I know there are some people for whom that wasn't possible. I think very few people, for instance, at 8 a.m, my wife was rushing to get to work. I had to get my kids up and ready and fed and dressed and all of that, ready to go to Nana's house. I had an extremely busy morning yesterday. So what I did was I told my wife, and we got up 10 minutes earlier than we would plan to usually, and we set 10 minutes aside from 8 until 10 past 8 to go and register. Not that I needed it, it took about 2 minutes flat. But I understand that there are a few people out there where you were working and unable to get away from a computer, where you couldn't get somebody to do it for you, etc., etc. I completely understand that. You guys have my sympathy, that sucks. And I do need to point out, I have missed webcam Digimon TCG tournaments in the past few months because I missed the registration. But the thing that I want to make super clear, yesterday morning, when European registration opened, everybody that got there at 9 a.m. CET, they got their ticket. The people that missed out were the people that weren't there on time, and that is sad and that sucks, and I have all the sympathy in the world for you guys, because I know how I'd feel if I missed out. But the fact of the matter is, they told us 6 days in advance of the time. They put the tickets on sale at that time, not early like I've known some tournaments do in the past, which is unfair. Not late, which I've known some tournaments to do, which is unfair. And the website didn't crash, which I've known some tournaments to do in the past, which isn't fair. They did essentially everything they could. So what's the problem? The problem is it's too popular. Like, that's literally the thing. It's too popular. There are too many people that want to take part. And part of the reason is the participation prizes for this tournament are absolutely nuts. I had to pay €26.50 for my shipping, about £22. And it's free to enter, but you have to pay shipping for your prizes. And for that £22.50-ish, I will get a participation playmat, which is stamped for the finals and is exclusive and is wonderful and brilliant. I will get 4 of the Finals 2021 Tamers Evolution Pack. That's the one that's actually got the cards from the Tamers Evolution Pack, from the Tamers Evolution box, including the alternate art Gaia Force that are stamped. 4 packs, 2 cards per pack. Free Event Pack 1 and free Event Pack 2. And Event Pack 2 is brand new and looking awesome. Although we will see Event Pack 2 again, let's be clear. But it's still, you're still getting these. And these event packs are not given out anywhere near as often as we'd like. They couldn't be. They're too good. We want them all the time. So, yeah, the participation prizes are absolutely nuts. There is no chance on the secondary market you will be able to go and pick up these prizes for the cost of shipping that we paid yesterday. That's impossible. So now, of course, we get to the issue of, scalpers bought all the tickets. And you know what? There probably are some scalpers that did. But I'm playing. And my friends that all got on at 8 a.m. UK time, they're all playing. And the fact of the matter is, they've done this brilliant thing in Digimon, and I fell foul of this. I entered a tournament one day, and my wife got called into work. I couldn't find a babysitter. I missed a tournament. It sucked. Nothing I could do. It's part of the deal of having kids. And you know what happened? I had my money refunded and I didn't get my participation prizes. And on the one hand, that's really sad. On the other hand, if you want an anti-scalping technique, how about this? How about making it depends on the tournament. I know some have been 2 rounds, some have been 3 rounds, but making everybody play 2 or 3 rounds in order to get the participation prizes. Which means, sure, you can scalp the Digimon products if you want, but you've got to go and make yourself a deck, and you've got to turn up at 8 a.m. on January the 29th, UK time, and you've got to play 2 or 3 rounds before you're actually eligible to get the prizes. And as far as an anti-scalping technique goes, that's pretty good. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there are basically 2 things we need to look at. Firstly, the fact that I think Bandai did everything they could in this situation. And secondly, what the solutions are. Because it's clearly not an ideal situation. Clearly, people are not happy that it sold out so quickly. And there are some things that can be done. But in terms of trying to blame Bandai, and I've seen some horrible messages, bearing in mind, right, we all love this game. Bandai make this game. They are going out of their way to do cool stuff and make this game for us. If we could be slightly politer to their social media teams, they do not deserve the kind of messages I've seen over the past couple of days. They're not polite. But essentially what they did was they gave us 6 days notice of exactly when they were going to go on sale. They put them on sale exactly when they said they would, and the website held out and didn't crash. What more could you want? They limited it to 1 per person. Anybody that tried ordering multiples would have them refunded. So they limited it to 1 per person, let us know exactly when they were going up, kept their word, and the website held out. What more could we realistically expect from them? So what are the solutions? One of the solutions I've seen suggested is make the participation prizes less good. No! Don't do that! One of the awesome things, and like I say, Bandai are really knocking it out the park in terms of the care and attention they're giving to this game. This game is like a year old. Games that are a year old do not usually get this level of care and attention. This level of participation prizing for an online webcam tournament is brilliant and awesome, and I love it. I really think making it less fun is probably not a good idea, if I'm honest with you. Now, opening up extra capacity. Right, let me in a little secret here, right? Bandai want as many people as possible taking part in this tournament. You want to enter this tournament? Bandai wants you to enter this tournament for 2 reasons. 1 reason, really. It's not the money. They're not really getting any money out of this tournament. It's free to enter. You're only really paying shipping, so yeah, it's not that. But what they want is people playing in these big tournaments. Because the way trading card games work is what you need to hook people who are going to buy a box or 2 of every set and all the starter decks every time you release something. That's what you really need. You need to hook people who are going to buy every set. People like me, basically, who are going to buy everything that comes out. How do you hook them? Make it so they have to keep playing. How do you do that? Nice big tournaments with great participation prizes, awesome prizes if you start doing well, etc., etc. So they want you to be playing in this tournament, because by playing in this tournament, you're more likely to be hooked on the game and then keep buying stuff for the next year. Believe me when I tell you, Bandai, if you wanted a ticket for this tournament and couldn't get one, Bandai want you in this tournament. They actively want you in there. So we have seen that some US tournaments in the past have had some extra capacity added later. I'm not saying that will happen, but I am telling you that I refuse to believe they're not looking at it. I think they expected it to be popular, this tournament. I don't think they expected it to be quite this popular. And you'd better believe they are looking at adding capacity. They cannot add infinite capacity. There is a limit to how many rounds they can run, how long the tournament can be, how many judges they've got, how many people you can realistically and efficiently run a tournament with, etc. You cannot run it with 40,000 people. That's ridiculous. But I guarantee you they are. I'm not saying they will release extra capacity, but I would be absolutely stunned if they weren't looking to release extra capacity. That would be shocking to me. So the only other real solution here is to make it invite only. Because we know it's an open tournament in every other region, but invite only in the US. Weirdly, somebody's been spreading rumors that it's invite only everywhere. It's really not. It's right there on the website. So the question is then, do we want it to be made invite only? And why wasn't it invite only here? My guess, and it is nothing more than a guess, my guess is that they weren't sure of the numbers. They knew there were enough players in the US to make it invite only, and they've got over 400 people, I think, earned an invite. I don't know if they were sure enough to have the numbers everywhere else. But if it's selling out this quickly and there are that many people that want to get in, I think there's a chance it becomes invite only in the future. And that brings its own issues with it, with having to have a qualification structure like they've got in the US, making sure there are enough opportunities to qualify, etc. But I think that is probably something they're looking at in the future as well. Please, please, please don't interpret this video as, I've got no sympathy, you should have been there on time. Because, yeah, we knew it was going to be popular, and yeah, you kind of knew that you had to be there on time to get them. But I understand that is not possible for everybody. Some of you were working, some of you just overslept. And I've seen messages from people that literally slept through their alarm and missed it. And that sucks. And I get it, and I completely understand. I have been there myself. You have my sympathy. But I'm hoping that I've explained to you in this video that actually Bandai want you playing because that's how they get their money. And they have done everything they could to make this run properly. And at the end of the day, the issue isn't Bandai messed up or anything like that. The issue is, this is a great game that is super popular. And that literally is the issue. The game is too good and too popular and too many people want to play. That is not the worst problem ever. You know what would be a terrible problem? If the game went away. I was big. Go back and look at this channel historically. I was a huge fan of the Transformers trading card game. Loved it. Doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. It's just gone. That game no longer exists. There is no such thing as a Transformers trading card game. It's gone away. That game doesn't exist anymore, except as a fan-run thing, which I have no real interest in. The Transformers TCG is done. I was just starting to get into Star Wars Destiny a little while back. Yeah, that game doesn't exist anymore. Star Wars Destiny's done. Keyforge is on hiatus. I personally hope it's coming back. I adore Keyforge. But right now we are in a proper holding pattern. We're told it's going to come back. But we don't actually know what's happening, if it's coming back. Well, we think it's coming back. We don't know when it's coming back. It's all very much up in the air. What we've got here is a game in a Digimon trading card game. The big problem we've all got at the moment, the reason we're all complaining, is because there was an open tournament that was so popular, it sold out in 15-20 minutes, and there are people that are upset they couldn't get a spot at the tournament, not because Bandai didn't release many spots, not because the website crashed and they went on at the right time and they couldn't get in, but because they didn't get there the second it opened, and it sold out within 15-20 minutes. If that's the problem, then yes, obviously it's a problem, and I understand that. But also, that means that this game that we love, that we want to play, that we're upset that we're losing an opportunity to play at the finals of, is super strong and super healthy. And that means that there's going to be a Digimon Finals 2022 and 2023. This game is not going anywhere anytime soon. This is proof, if nothing else, of the fantastic health of the game. And as somebody who covered this game since the very beginning, my early videos I was making when we legit didn't know the rules of the game. I made like a few videos in a row where, hey, they've revealed some rules, but there's still a whole bunch of questions. And I was desperately hoping it would come to the UK and crossing my fingers because I legitimately didn't know if it would or not. And then it did. And now it's doing well. And I think that is by far the most important thing. Hopefully, I am crossing my fingers they release more capacity. If they do, I will make a video and I will tweet it out on Twitter at the Wassy, and hopefully more people will be able to get in. But please do try and take away from this video, the problem is Digimon is too gosh darn popular. And we were told exactly when they were going on sale. They went on sale at that time. The website didn't crash. And people who went on that time did get the tickets. There's very little else Bandai could actually have done, save making it invite only, which I'll be honest with you, I would not be surprised if it happened next year. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. Did you manage to get a ticket? Were you unlucky getting a ticket? What do you think Bandai should do in the future to try and make sure as many people as possible can get into these tournaments? Go nuts in the comment section, and I think I need to say this more than normal today. Please be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.